Maribel, owner of the Kingfisher Pavilion and where we've been feeding all our friends, is running into a major problem. She has opened a soup kitchen at the pavilion in her kindness and has been feeding the less fortunate. But the food supplies she depends on to keep the soup kitchen running has been rapidly depleting. As it turns out, the supplying village is recently under harassment by a gang of bandits, and their presence is starving the locals and the fugitives in the city alike. Unwilling to let this slide, the Sinnoh Knights ride out to deal with the bandits. So begins Chapter 6-2, Food Supply. Objective: take back as much food as possible, then seize the fort. The food storehouse is located in the middle of the map. As soon as we begin, 3 pitchfork-wielding bandits will emerge from the storehouse and attempt to make a run for either exit past the village. Our goal is to chase them down and kill them. Food will be dropped by these bandits on death, or alternatively can be stolen back from them with staty or mugged back by Scene. Deploy your most mobile units to meet this challenge. Not only do these bandits run fast, but the rest of the gang will be actively covering the retreat by getting in your way. On turn 2, 2 more bandits will spawn from the storehouse carrying more food. Between these 5 bandits, there are a total of 100 units of food you can secure. The amount of reward given to us varies based on how much food we take back. The rest of the bandits on this map are not particularly threatening save one notable threat. Paroven is a bandit archer in the western side and will happily come up to fight you. Armed with a killer bow equipped with numerous status arrows, he very much enjoys landing sleep arrow hits against you. Your fast units being put to sleep is a fantastic way to lose the food, so make sure Paroven is dealt with as quickly as possible. Due to the nature of this map, by the time all 5 bandits are dead, most of the other bandits on the map are probably dead along with them too. This just leaves 2 major threats, a group of highly elite Imperial guards in the top right, and the boss of this map, Murtaugh, guarding the seize point. Murtaugh is on the bounty list, but by this point in the game you should be more than familiar with capturing bounty targets already. With this map no longer being timed after the food is secured, he should be an easy capture. Before you end the map though, take another look at the Imperial guards in the top right. Their leader, Mirten, is carrying a droppable obsidian, and we're not going to let them just leave the map with that. Fighting this Imperial squad is quite difficult. Not only do you have to climb up a cliffside to meet them in combat, but they have 2 deadly archers supporting them. The crossbowman has a Chukonu, and this quadruple fire will erase just about everyone you have. The archer has a triple fireball, which fires 3 arrows in one go for a similarly deadly outcome. Do note that Erzheimer is actually looking to buy a triple fireball, but you don't have to go for it here. In a later chapter, you can loot a triple fireball for free. Fighting Mirten is stressful enough already, you don't have to overcomplicate this fight by going for an additional capture as well. Mirten is carrying a ton of vulneraries in his inventory, and hilariously will trade it to his adjacent Armor Knight allies if they get injured so they can consume it. Fortunately, this squad can be cheesed for the most part. These units only become aggressive if a unit is within their attack range, and they too have very limited movement since they are surrounded by cliffs. This means that flying hit and run can safely poke these units without them moving down to fight you. A unit with 3 range access like Sylvis can also take pot shots at enemies without fear of reprisal. The map is not timed, so you can technically just have someone like Sylvis or Larentia sit there and endlessly poke the entire squad to death over a very long period of time. But eventually it is much faster to just push up the hill and fight them straight up. Bring units that can neutralize armor units in some way, and try to charge all the threatening units down in one turn. Note that despite there being an escape tile behind Mirten's squad, they will not escape unless they are crippled, so rest assured that Mirten will not flee the map with your obsidian unless he is about to be captured. Once the map is fully routed, simply seize the fort where Murtaugh was camping out to end the map. We can move on to Chapter 7 now, but we're going to take a quick detour. If you have been using your mercenaries a lot, this is around the time when their recruitment paralogs start becoming available. There are a total of 4 paralogs, each paralog resulting in the permanent recruitment of 1 mercenary, Sylvis, Kramer, Ruby, and Faye respectively. Even if you have not met the requirements yet, you will start seeing these paralogs sooner rather than later. So before we continue on to Chapter 7, let's take the next 4 videos to go over these 4 paralog maps. See you soon.